A very big six-colored dragon appears. Down is the CA field and the CA bar. Someone said out loud that the CA school is missing the owner. Who praised the school CA lack handsome owner? Bar Feng aesthetic. It's not him, Chen. No one said anything. Why did you cover your sister's eyes with your hands? Don't look too much. That's not someone we can despise. Don't let people feel it. When we turn off the glasses, it's a shame. The old school CA greets the king elder. CA school meets elders. The king's elder is welcome. The owner does not need gas. The missing owner, not afraid of 1,000 miles of exhausting roads, go to the library and rest. You are cold. As far as we know, hospitalization does not require a score and spirit bone test. SAO. The king is still alive. No need, no need. The missing owner. Of course, it's in line with the rules of our institute. Oh, I was like that. Then thank the elders for arranging. I don't know if you can stay here for a while. Or not, he answered immediately. Feel free, little girl, ask your brother. When will we be treated this way? Don't laugh, you're a 9-legged dragon. That we are humble mud is basically far from being able to reach. CA school and CA stick stand somewhere else. Observe her curiously. Guys, we're not into SAO. I replied in no hurry. Let's see if there's a good one. It was the turn of the two brothers. The elder was angry. One person 13, one person 17. One has never cultivated, one has no spiritual roots. Here's the kid who came to break it. He hurriedly explained to the elder. My sister, though not a priest. But she's a little stronger than the priest. You're even more angry. You guys are teasing the old man. The name hasn't taught you a lesson yet. Right? He knelt down in fear and prayed. We dare not deceive the elders. I beg you to take my sister for an hour. There is no cumulative point. When you kill the soul, you leave. Love that you are still children. The old man will not be compared to you. Fan Fong prayed again. There's no other chance. We really want to practice. I beg you to take us away. We can make buffalo horses for the library. The king was angry. He wants to attack the children. I see you must rely on it. Don T blamed the old man for sending you down the mountain. Two kids can only cry. CA school tried to stop the elder drill. He surprised the school CA lack owner. I asked if I could replace them. Give accumulated points to the library, or not. At the same time, I was missing 2 swords. The people behind it were surprised. The owner wants to protect the sword. I was angry not to look at me. We can warm the bed. Fong was picked up by her sister. The king's father hurried to speak. Sorry for the old man's blunt words. They're not even priests. Can I make your sword? It's because they are human bodies. I still want to go to the library from a distance to get this energy. Ordinary priests are not in time. You have a little compassion. If the library is to blame, the school is willing to bear the consequences. Let the elders arrange. From the young man who had a purple light source around, who also has purple for leaf grass. The little girl heard him continue. What does the school owner say? It's just a small thing. You like the 2 of them. They're their blessings. 2 young people kneeling at his feet, giving thanks. The school lacks owners. God as grace will never forget. I'm surprised what this is about. I don't need you to kneel in front of me. Hurry up. I put my hands on the leopard. Maybe the owner is missing, she secretly exclaimed. As long as CA lacks the owner who is so gentle. I laughed, kid, you don't have to celebrate like that. Where a lightning comes from surprised the people nearby. The king's elder was hesitant to meet the elder. Drag the elder. He stood up from above and said, the king's elder. I'm looking for 2 people. Now he's paying attention to the old school. You are their home. It seems that the rumors have underestimated your power. I met the elder smiling. You're joking. I don't know what you're called. But I didn't come for you today, the old man said as he passed his brother. You and the old fool. Take the old man to the little girl. It is not wrong to be a ghost. The performance of the non-Ra. What an immortal name. King Elder Ich's cosmetologist. It's a rare ancient ghost. I almost threw them out. Unexpected CA school attempt. GIA is a ghost fairy. I thought they were just 2 poor kids. They're all clumsy eyes. The elder told the king. I'll take these 2 kids. The library deliberately fosters them. You keep checking. You can answer it. A caller CA school missing owner. I didn't mind telling the 2 kids to go. Can be fostered by the library itself. You guys are so happy to talk. This way compared to storming my sword pupils. There is much more money. Fan Fong said loudly about the lack of owner, CA. Our brothers will not forget your kindness. The young man looks at me and doesn't understand. Dragging the elder away, there was only one lightning. You speak loudly, Theo. You must practice hard. Don't be lazy somewhere. He smiled. The future can reward me well. The person who came was a CA school that lacked an owner who spoke loudly. I try to be special to you. The head of the library. Looking forward to the announcement, one can answer. Master, please wait a moment. Inside the 5 elders who are practicing together. The space below like a galaxy. Above are thousands of books. The old man had just raised his cup of tea. I wonder what the boy is trying to find us for. A mano. That's not a good thing, of course. The name Kier is a star. Go anywhere and cause trouble, and the elder objects. But in the rumors not to say. His personality is great, polite. I just saw him helping the kids. Another elder spoke up. You are old enough to have heard the rumors. When you were a child, you dug my bones. What kind of enlightened person can you be? He immediately said, that's right. Just then I walked in. Students of the CA ancient school to see the elders. An unexpected elder. It's not bad to talk about virtue VI. Let's finish talking about something. The old man in his hand still holds the book. Not looking at you. You smile. Long time no see. Your atmosphere is much better than before. Watch out, fairy feet. This library is much more appropriate compared to Tiangshong. The old man put the book down. It's hard to see you writhing. You're angry if you are not in front of the old man. When the old man's mood is worse. An elder thought to himself. This guy and this guy just spoke badly. I was surprised. What did the elder mean by that? CA does not understand. The body is the transmitter of the Tianxian ray. CA is not ashamed of the fairies. You seem sad. For the students to love. Help each other. foreign affairs and even assistance to the Tianxian. Uniform fairies ancient peace and tranquility has not been seen for a long time. The disgruntled elders interrupted him to stop. Don't talk anymore, he said. You're laughing outside. Good relationship between the old and the old. It's very harmonious. People are nodding. Yes, very good relationship. It is rare to see such excitement. The old man's got a good fucking fart. You lose your patience. What's wrong with you looking for us? He gave Tay to summon a flower. CA school came here to ask someone. Flower wings glow. I don't know. Do the elders know what this thing is or not? He rolled his eyes. This is. The flower's wings kept shining. It radiates magic, an elder said. Exists so that this peach smell is unfathomable. There's a tremendous amount of pressure mixed with the rules of order. He went back to the flower. This book is related to love. If you want to find the library fairies, then only that person. That person, I asked again. He just brushed his beard. Kid, you went to see the teachers of the fairies. I smiled and agreed. He looked at me suspicious of not being beaten. What did the elder say? They like me very much. Do you think I believe you? He replied, bored. You wear the great elder's hand. You two go and talk later. Great elder, it's still taking me to see the person who's involved. First of all, he said, goddess people are born. People of the world. Normal people will be chased away. I can't help you until then. He replied, don't you worry. CA is not a normal person. CA is the transmission of the celestial bow. You keep your mouth shut. They flew somewhere else together. This place has mountains and rivers of lush greenery. The scenery is beautiful. A red-haired woman stood in front of them. You have spoken. The red-haired woman who is in love with the queen of. He took out the peaches. The old man came here to ask a little. Whether this article has anything to do with you or not. Gu looked at the peaches falsely. The rock next to her also seemed to have a soul. He frowned at the rock. This stone seems to have been seen somewhere. I remember when I was a kid. He holds a sword to train the master. How do you see your current sword? Kier praised you very well and made progress. I realize this is a crystal rock. From where? A burst of purple air that surprised him and me. This is magic. I think the dark air. Out of the rock into a crystal by high. The flower in that hand. It's surrounded by magic. Hope spoke up his friend. The stone appeared. Hold your head. You too don't remember anything. I was worried you didn't say anything, but you said no. He looked at the two men and asked. This believer is a believer. He looked at the school. He panicked when he saw you. He looked at you standing there. Think of someone with a face like yours. He was afraid to fall out and shouted, the owner is not dead. Gu worried master. Your face looks angry. I was stunned when I saw this. The old man next to him was furious. I can see your magic. The owner is not dead. Ask your friend what this means. It's related to this kid. I see you so helpless. Is this old man waiting for a chance to kill yourself? Or not? I hope he wakes up, isn't he? It's just the same temperament. If there really were two similar flowers in the world, it will not be the fate of the owner. He sighed. The old man's name is G. I don't know what the guy's name is. He also introduced the school of CA. You seem surprised. The school is you. I hope we can shine a similar light. Saying that also makes you feel safe. He asked me to tell you to come and find me. That's right, Peach Love said. Maybe you can solve my body problem. The old man stood beside me thinking. God-born ghost SAO, he clicked his tongue. I don't really know about this issue. Peach lovers may feel. The owner's blood entered. It may not be controlled by ghosts. But that's basically just luck. Even more so with the current state of love Peaches that say. She probably doesn't remember anything. The stone man bowed his head. This world so far. People like you don't know how many times. But there are no exceptions. It's all bad luck in the end. It doesn't end well. It can't rely on other people. You can only rely on yourself. No one can help you either. The old man stood there thinking. What's wrong with this kid? We don't need to solve the problem of ghosts. I want to be your lover. I think so, you ask. Have we ever met before? Because I feel it on you. There's a kind of familiar feeling. My husband and I suddenly looked at you. Familiar feeling, SAO. He laughed and said, before that, he sat on top of the table. The blue rocks, as if disgruntled with most of the blue rock. Until I finally found the blue rock. It looks like the last picture. They turned into disgusted eyes. The old man thought again and started talking nonsense. It's not meant to be insulted. Maybe that's why. It just felt a little familiar. I was silent and said, maybe this is what fate is. If the man does not mind, what happened at the library? Just come and find the old man. Although the old man's current state. There is no way to leave the library. But in the library, the old man's words still worked. He smiled. Respect is not equal to obedience. The old man still looks at you with those eyes. This boy's smooth sailing spirit. It's growing again. Your face becomes sinister. News from this jade revealed. Along with the memory that comes up. During this time period. There is also a magic heiress who also claims to be the CA bar. So I'm not the ghost. Xiao is right. This man is a disciple of the old man. Two people can get to no one. Little old school CA Bao. The Queen of High. I thought to myself, this is the ruler of the world. Dai Dai Top, SAO, a magic machine here, has the power of the highest standard. The tiger is a monster, over 6,000 years old. She laughed at the school, the owner didn't need gas. We are in a distant world. But I've heard a lot of rumors about the school. The fate of the younger generation today. CA missing the owner is monopolized 7 parts. I laughed. The queen is so grateful. What talent is worthy of the queen's praise? The past is the past. I've heard a lot of rumors about the queen. I met you today. Discover the rumors. They're just words of language. I'm curious, but I'm a little interested. I don't know what the rumors about the missing school are. And see how. I hear that you're a dishonest man. Father killed husband. Even SAO is not good. The rumors say, the wicked heart of the king. Have the heart of earth serpents disorder love. Listen to these words. The old man and the stone man looked at him in surprise. So I tried to say, these things are also just dyslexic lakes. Even though SAO 6,000 years ago. Love the world for 6 empires of equal status. There's a rebellion going on. People are suffering. It's like a meal. You are powerless to say. You look a little angry. That the 6 great conservative emperors didn't change. I didn't notice that the last level was forever. That the decline in love is definitely exhausted. Without a female emperor, it's not that love is hard to unify. There are no 4 ways to develop peace. Like today, these things are not the work of the SAO queen. But people are stupid. If you don't understand the morality, you have to pay the price, no matter the public. The queen is judged by the public. You said you just clasped your glasses. If I hear these words, I just keep quiet. When he heard these words, he thought, stupid people. The owner used to say the same thing. The old man looked at me thinking. After the atom said the jellies spoke. He felt the old man's explanation. Must be very close to the thought in the heart of the sacrifice. I hope you have a little fun. The owner of this school is disgruntled for me. Many years as I can't believe there's only one school that doesn't have an award. I can't believe someone will think the same. He clasped his hands and hurriedly said, according to the context, see out, the kingdom of love brings change. No greater sin than can be called the most ancient. I hope you hear that and suddenly look at me. CA school lacks new owners. I'm not used to the library. Coincidentally, we've been here. I don't know if I will be the guide today. Is the owner satisfied? We're both walking in the middle of a road in the middle of a fog. The rocks floating in the air. You two go together. The queen is kidding. The queen leads the way. I have to say, it's a great honor. CA school annoys the queen like that. Why are you not satisfied? She asked the school where the owner wanted to go. Want to come or not? He showed up when he saw the system panel. Reminder system. Launching the event of the return of love. When she saw that he was not answering, she turned to the question. Because SAO doesn't say anything anymore. The school lacks owners. I hesitated to justify. I suddenly remembered something fun. He walked thank you to the queen who led the CA tour. If the queen doesn't, you can call it a CA school later. It always feels a little strange. You can answer right away. The school lacks owners. You ask again. I don't know if the world has been peaceful lately. The CA has never passed. On the contrary, a little curious. That year, I loved the 5 things I didn't know. I don't know the power behind them. Does it cause the queen more trouble? You're freezing cold. The 5 keyer souls are also just box punches. Always the deep bass reminded me of the big waves and the big wind. Stuff for CA school straight talk. The queen is absolutely unfit. Even if you are in a high position. You can't see the mud in the dark. I don't know about 5 kings. Waiting for you to relax. After saying that, the aesthetic can't be reminded too clearly. Avoid being suspicious. The queen needs to investigate. Has the enemy wiped out the grass at its root? Even if there is a disaster. They hide the eyes and ears of others when they are not paying attention. LAN spread like wildfire. She listened quietly to him and asked the back of the 5 emperors. I don't know what you're thinking, but your face is very thoughtful. Somewhere else, the magic is constantly spreading. That magic source, it came from a white-haired man. I have been waiting at the library for a long time. The white-haired man is the Prince of Heaven. In my previous life, I fought in every way before the Buddha. I can't give you one look at me. You have not stopped pursuing the great. Step foot, I will not stop chasing your footsteps. His face looked very angry. That's why the mark on the forehead glowed. If you don't look at me all your life, it's definitely the biggest regret in my life. You don't know that after you've done that. Better than a grade. Or is my pink butt unique in two ways? The mark widens, it becomes the third eye. Let's use the celestial eye, looking at a piece of your future. The image of an arm being cuffed shows up. That arm belongs to a woman. She was chained to the wall. You are bloody. There's another person standing there with 8 blood. The smell of blood fades. Master, this is your future. With your personality and your gifts. Why did you end up like this all your life? The girl's face was pale. Her eyes and nose were bleeding. I looked at this guy. He has the shadow of a man staring at you. He is not your father. How could he do that to you? This guy you came home to. When it comes to giving back to you, he is acting. He saw more clearly who was standing there. Old school CA, you're not a good person. To pay you back is ridiculous. Keep an eye out for changes. Looking back from the ocean. That's interesting. What startled him? The eye on his forehead was severely damaged. His face looks so painful. He knows he's from the future. He held out his hand to wipe down the sweat. Although Sao, this name is not as simple as it seems. He's 100 times more terrifying than a rumor. The school is a monster, so be careful. Where 2 young Than Phong brothers asked Ca. What is a ghost? I said, urine. You just need to know that you are good. I see. The elders are all scrambling to collect you as a disciple. I can't get into this place without you. He's shy, but Ca. I don't want to practice. The eyes of the elders looked at me. It scares me. It feels like they don't see me as a person. The spiritual world is too cruel, unintentionally scared. The doctor assured her not to think too much. Ca bar disabled. I can't protect you and give you life. Worry free. She hugs you. Ca, don't say that. Ca is good with the little y as much as the little y knows. I'm only an hour away. In your arms, she expressed. If the elders had not appeared that day, we can go to the school. Py feel. Ca schools lack different owners than others. Foolish characters like Ca school lack owner. Not likely. I can't even remember the names of the 2 of us. I have an illusion with him. We are not the same world. He rubbed her head. Run away with your face on. Ca, what are you talking about? What do we do illusions? I just want a chance to repay him later. Feng watched her run away in her head with a sigh. If there is no power, you can only be chosen forever by others. Wearing someone else off. Feng stood in front of a door. Gently take out a blue bottle 6 from the shirt. Than Phong used magic power to lift the vase on her hand. No matter what. Ca will definitely protect you well. The school went back to the old man. Make the people nearby dance for you. The owner is missing. Real people have temperament. We feel that even in the top 10 lists. The lack of owner is also the existence of top ba. King Elder happy. I don't know what the lack of owners is about. The king is waiting for someone. Oh, up. Maybe the fiancé of the missing school. Min, not Princess Sao. He stood on the other side of the desert. He suddenly looked over at the old school. Ca, what happened? He squinted his eyes trying to purge Sao. Last time you suffered a great loss in his hands. Go to the library today. We are your rock. Don't worry. The bone is down, I know. Over there, he talked happily with the king elder. There's no way. Min knows she wants to force me to pick her up. If you're angry like a child, you laugh. Sentiment between school. Ca, missing master, and Min, not princess. Good. The lack of owner is natural. The old man continued to screen the invited students. The number of feet is 5,100. He secretly thought it was a Sao hallucination. Why do I feel like he's watching me? Ca school stood there, watching the elder king leave. I thought to myself, looks like you've taken on a new identity. Is the successor to magic. There's a library fairy next door. It must be someone from the magic organization. He laughed evil, changed his form, found a foothold. That I won't kill you. The moon is not the same. Kim Hung landed from the blue sky 8 light. In the presence of the old school. Ca, and many others. People are buzzing. That's Min, no princess of peerless dynasty. It must be the emperor. Of course, the great flower. It's hard to blame a character this size, as the Ca school lack owner also willing to wait here. I can't stand people for a while. She came down from the air to the Ca school. She asked the school. You're waiting for me. Calmly respond to Min, no otherwise Sao. All of you can testify for me. People around me also added. That's right, Min, stitched the emperor. The school has been waiting for you for a long time. Ca school put gentle hands on Min people and looked at the king's elder. Asked the king. If not, do we still need testing? The old man replied, of course not. You wonder in your mind that? The sun rises from the west. Sao. Suddenly, the people around look and point to the sky. Surprised master. 9-headed lion is Kim Zen temple on top of Fashion. Is Kim Zen walking through Iron Ghost Cemetery? He's also on the top 10 list. The commotion. It also brought both Min and Ca back. Look. In the sky, it's a man in a Zen master's outfit, riding a 9-headed lion. The noise appeared again. Passing through the ghost cemetery. Sao. This is too horrible. What a monster is the list of 10. People don't stop talking. As soon as Kim Zen landed on the ground, not expected, I can see that the school is missing. And Fashion Kim Zen in 10 grand list. I don't know who's stronger. And Ca school, after seeing Kim Zen, immediately came to say hello. Kim Zen Tao brother, happy enlightenment. You don't look at Kim. And there's a lot of questions running through my mind. After the funeral of Ian violent ghost, looks like he died in there. Since trying to punish Ca to seal the funeral ghost Ian, there is no news of Kim. I remember my previous life. He helped someone clear their doubts. The inheritor of magic. So it was hated by the Ca school. Kim Zen, a rosary handle. The other hand goes to the altar. He answered Ca Buddha school. Kim Zen saw Ca school lack owner. As soon as I finish, the 9-headed lion roared furiously. Ca saw that and asked what this meant. Kim Zen looked at the lion and reproached him for not being rude. He also introduced it. It's called static goodness. Very sensitive to the gas of good and evil, perhaps. Min is not standing next to, rolling his eyes to the school. Ca is putting his hands on his chin. I thought you said that. The school turned to ask. You haven't done anything bad lately. Min didn't hear that. Just standing there seems to hit the black heart. Kim then expressed his intentions. He said that even though SAO is, you don't understand the rules, don't put them in your heart. CA School laughed softly, replied, no, SAO, it doesn't matter. Listening to the great mystical Fashion, there was no opportunity to teach. Not as good as today. The surprising CA School, use your body and go straight to Kim Zen. He said, please Kim Zen, teach me a lesson. Kim was surprised by the situation. He said the CA School lacks owner. Kim Zen nimbly stepped back a beat. They chase each other in the air. Good people are also angry. The people around you saw what happened. What are you talking about? Why are we fighting again? 2 players in the top 10 list. Take advantage of the static as a pedal. CA kicked him in the head and screamed. Hindered. The stillborn plugs his face straight into the floor, crying out in pain. Right now, both CA and Kim Zen soared into the sky. You don't have a cold face, she thought. If you are a mortal, would have chosen to stealthily almost die, Kim Zen. You keep thinking. I think I was really worried a lot before. Right now, there were 3 people standing in front of the Temple of the Dead. Open the door and step out. He was surprised. What do you want to fight with Kim Zen, SAO? To expel the sinister laughter of the newspaper. That's right, Prince Yang. Kim Zen Kier has just arrived. The school directly attacked him. I see that he also dares to be a monk. The army of heaven will surely. The ocean disappeared in an instant. He thought he had to take this opportunity to see him. Although rumors are rumors in short. Suddenly yelled out to the sky. The sky sighed. Over here is the preparation for the battle between CA and Kim Zen. The people around me wanted to see it with their own eyes. They said hurry up to 10 big lists of SAO players. The school is confident. The audience is not small, Kim Zen brother. Bye. Kim also calmly replied. If the owner insists on discussing it. He opened his eyes suddenly and exclaimed guilty. Kim Zen immediately performed the exercises. Go straight to school CA. CA school is now tied up by Kim Zen. But I still calmly say. Excellent student, Fashion Dong first uncle. The onlookers are down there sweating. Put your hand in the sky and say, Fashion coin uncle. I heard this guy won. It's hard to get rid of the CA. The owner from the beginning was about to defeat SAO. That is. CA school began to transport the inner city, despite being tied up. He looked at Kim and said, there are loopholes, Kim Zen brother. A stream of attacks straight into Kim Zen. He blurted out in shock. This is the genius of nothingness. The school, in a moment, has approached Kim Zen, and the acupressure points directly at his concussion. Kim Zen closed his eyes to the blow. A light suddenly flashed where Kim meditated. He said that Kim meditated out of the body. Kim's body suddenly disappeared, and left a lot of beads. Suddenly Wonder Buddha show SAO. The Buddhas gradually cracked raw. With every Buddha show, a clone of Kim Zen appeared again, and quickly surrounded the CA campus. He said the CA school lacks the kind of distance. All your magic spells. I'm afraid it won't happen in time. The school noticed the situation. That's what Ra is. It's not a loophole, it's an invitation into a pathetic jar. The clones immediately rushed to attack the CA school. Copper series. It's a giant explosion that's happening right in the air. The witnesses have to say, what's going on? Basically, see not clear. It seems that the body, Kim Zen's technique was beaten.